Always a good day when I get a delivery from Citizen, and this is one of their new models. As soon as I saw this watch, I thought straight away of Wolf of Wall Street. It has that real cool 90s two-tone aesthetic to it, and they've also fixed one of my biggest complaints about the Citizen watches that I reviewed last year. They fixed it in this model, so we'll dive into that as well. I think they've done a great job of this, but I'm really interested to know what you think after the review. So let's flip the camera around and dive straight into a detailed review of this new Citizen chronograph. Here is the watch, and this is so cool, this watch. I am a huge fan of this, and I'm very interested to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. So we have one of the Citizen standard plastic boxes. There's a little bit of a wood effect on there, but it is all plastic. None of this is wood. Flip up the top there, and here is the watch. This is one of Citizen's new sports luxury watches. Believe it's released this year, 2025. I adore this two-tone color scheme, and the way that they have complemented the gold with the green of the dial is just great design work. The whole thing really works together. Also, the gold of the crown, the pushers, the bezel here, the gold of the hands, the gold around the chronograph dials, the applied indices gold, and then the bracelet gold, they all match. They're the same hue of gold. I know it sounds like a little thing, but visually it's really attractive. It's a feast for the eyes, this watch. It has that right amount of 90s, 80s, 90s vintage charm. It really reminded me of the Wolf of Wall Street film, even though that's a tag in there. But this two-tone design that I think is really coming back into fashion now. And then just the way that they have complemented it with that awesome green dial with gold hands, and then the gold surrounds on the chronograph date nestled in there with a black date disc. I've just noticed this differs from the website, because on the website they have a white date disc, so that's interesting, but this one has a black date disc. One of the things I immediately noticed when I unboxed it earlier, I was amazed to find it has a quick release bracelet for easy strap changes. Can't remember if I've ever seen a Citizen that has a quick release bracelet. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have. And then if we open it up here, there is a nicely machined mechanism on the deployant clasp. Again, something I've dinged Citizen for in the past is those press clasps that we've seen on some of the titaniums, but this still has a nicely machined mechanism. Unfortunately, there is no on-the-fly micro adjust on the clasp still, but they're making little improvements, so you never know. Maybe that will come soon. This watch is coming in at a 40.5mm case, 49.8 from lug to lug. I measured it, and because we have one of those beautiful new Eco Drive B620 movements in, this watch is coming in at only 11.7mm in thickness. This has a couple of different dials. We have a 1/5 of a second chronograph that measures up to 60 minutes, a 12 24-hour indicator dial, which you know I'm not a huge fan of on Seikos, and I'm still not a fan of it on a Citizen either. And then at the bottom, running seconds, because the main second hand is the chronograph hand, as we can see it going around there, is the chronograph seconds. And then stop, spins right back round, flies right back round to the 12 o'clock. That's a really cool thing to see. One of the other cool things about this is it has 100 meters water resistance, so even though it looks like a dressy chronograph, it still will survive a swim. It is an eco drive, so it will charge itself from a light source. This great two-tone gold is done really well. Even on the bracelet, the gold color of the bezel and the hands match the bracelet beautifully. There is also gold on the main crown and then gold on the pushers. We don't have a screw down crown on here. It's just a normal crown, but the buttons have a nice satisfying click to them. Well, to start the chronograph anyway, and a nice snap to reset the chronograph as well, which is really cool. One of the other great features about this is I think the green dial with those gold hands and the gold Citizen logo looks just awesome. And then the subdials have almost of that washi paper look to them. It really complements the rest of the dial, the way that the subdials have this almost like washi paper look to them. Great design overall. I think this is going to be a huge hit for them. Here it is on my 7.2 inch wrist. I've not adjusted the bracelet because this is just a loaner from Citizen, so I don't want to go ahead and adjust the bracelet, but it balances really well, spans my 7.2 inch wrist beautifully, really nicely balanced. So even though it is a moderately sized case at 40.5 millimeters, it wears really well. I do like this deployant clasp. We have a little bit of polishing on the inner lug. The gold part is polished brush down the links, down the outer of the links, and then on the side we do have a high polishing, and then on the back of the watch is brushed. So overall it has a lot of visual appeal to it on the wrist. The lume shot is decent enough. We have lume at the 12, the 3, the 6 and the 9 o'clock position. As you can probably tell, I'm really impressed with this watch. I do really like this one. I think I might have to pick one of these up. I'm really drawn to this watch. I think they're bringing this two-tone is something that I think goes in and out of fashion, but is always a classic design. So it's nice to see that Citizen have brought this two-tone into one of the main sports watch lines. More importantly, what did you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, love it if you hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up and the bell notification, and I'll see you all next time on Casual Watch Reviews.